Hello everybody, hope you're well on this wonderful sunny day. This video's all about this, the Ovia from Cyrusher, a new e-bike that's just come out. What is it? I suppose it's a multifunctional bike when you think about it. So you could go shopping on it, you could use it for camping, it's got a decent sized rack on the back. It'll do about 50 miles on a full charge. Super comfortable with front shocks that are gas shocks, rear shock, that's a gas shock. Front shocks are adjustable, you can adjust the air in the back shock. It's got the Shimano 7 gears. It's a UK legal bike. You can de-restrict this, but I'm not going to show you how to, but I'm sure if you Google it won't take long to find out. It's got decent mudguards on it, 20-inch wheels, 4-inch tyres, hydraulic disc brakes that are super keen, and just a really nice bike. So let's see how we get on with it, out on this beautiful day. Here's the all-important sticker from Cyrusher. It gives its registration number for the model and it gives its specification for the size of the motor and that it's restricted to 25 kilometres, which is the UK requirement, and across Europe as well. And this, of course, 25 kilometres is 15.5 mile an hour. So we've not having a throttle, and you're not allowed to have those in the UK apart from if it's for walk assist. But the one that comes supplied with this is to actually power the bike, and I think that will actually take you up to about 20 mile an hour, so you can't have that in the UK. So the way this works is the bike waits till you actually turn the pedals, and when you spin the pedal crank it understands that you need power and it gives you the power from the motor. And then obviously you have your gears on the handlebars, and then you have your different power settings on your screen, which you can go up and down on these. But I would say for flat track cycling like we're on at the moment, power 2 settings absolutely fine. And you don't have to put hardly any effort in or no effort in whatsoever. Because as long as those crank arms are turning, you will get the power. So I'm spinning that now. I'm spinning that now with no effort whatsoever, and I'm still moving along. Now if I want to put it into a higher gear, or if I want to turn the power down, or if I'm on a hill, you do get the exercise that way. So by controlling your gears and the power settings, you can determine how much effort you want to put in or you don't want to put in. But an advantage of an e-bike over a normal bike is days like today, where it's boiling hot, must be about 25 degrees, beautiful day. I can easily cycle on this 20 miles, hop to the pub, cycle back again, have a lovely day out, had some exercise, but I'm not all hot and sweaty and bothered as if I'd be on a normal bike. And even if I just put the power on when I go up a hill, just use the power when you need it. You can cycle this like a normal bike. It will be heavy because it's carrying the battery and everything else, but you can get your exercise as well. And I think e-bikes are just a brilliant way to get people out again. You know, we've had lockdown and all sorts of going on in the world, and people have lost their fitness, haven't they, and haven't gone out as much. We've had such a bad year with weather, and I think e-bikes are just a great way to get out there and start getting fit and enjoying the beautiful countryside for the bit of summer we get. It's not bad today though, look. It's a bit hot for sheep, they're ready for shearing. But places like this, across the national parks, I'm obviously in the North Yorkshire Moors, but across the national parks there's networks and networks of beautiful areas that have got cycle tracks. And I'm doing this in the week and there's nobody here at all. I've seen 2 walkers today. But it's a beautiful way to get out and enjoy the countryside and to see lots of it in a short period of time. And you know, with something like this, you can throw it in the back of your car, get out here, have a nice day out, back of the car and go home again. I'll put a clip in now of back in the cottage when I put it together, show how it was assembled, now it was delivered. It was super packed, this one. There's no way this is going to get any scratches on it in delivery. Time to show you how it went together and how it was delivered. I must say it's a hell of a box, this one. Well, that's a good bit of packaging, isn't it? Look at that. I think I'm going to have to cut the front of the box off to get this one out. think it's fair to say they've certainly packaged it well as all that padding and everything in the box. It's also got all this on as well. Well, in the box you get a foot pump, you get some bar end mirrors, I've never seen that before, front reflector, there's some fittings there which is probably for the light, there's separate instructions how to fit the light, pedals, UK plug on a charging brick, you get the additional throttles if you want to fit those. If it's not in the UK, you're not allowed to have those in the UK, but you do come with them, and a set of tools. And the instruction book looks good. I like to see it when it's got a good explanation of all the display functions as well. And the assembly instructions look good, but I'd never read the assembly instructions. It should be straightforward enough to put together, but the instructions look good. And there's the instructions for the light, which is separate. And the only tools I'll use are the ones that come with it, and the scissors to remove all the packaging, which there was a lot on this one. The battery comes separate and it's at the bottom, and the front mud card needs fitting. And there's the front wheel. Let's get it together then. There's a spacer in there so the brake pads don't get stuck together when you're putting your wheel in. There's a tie wrap to remove. Good to see it's got a good connector at the back here, and this is useful because if you want to take the motor out, this cable is actually fitted to the motor. So if you don't have a connector here, you can't get the wheel out easily. It does come with these little mirrors, and you just pull the plug out there and these fit in here, and obviously you can have them at all different angles. I'm not going to fit them because I think they might get in the way a bit for what I'm using it for, but they do come with it. Nice to see and easy to fit. It also comes with a spare pair of brake pads. I thought they was going to expect us to fit the brake pads, but these are just obviously spare ones, which is good to see. It's a quiet charger, red light when it's charging, goes green when it's fully charged. Just plugs in the side there, so you can take the battery out or charge it in the bike. So there we have it all together. Went together reasonably well, lots of packing, but not a scratch mark or anything on it whatsoever. Just thing to note, the screws for the headlight are in here, and they're actually on the headlight. So if you're looking for those, they're actually screwed into the headlight. You just unscrew them and then screw them back in. You can alter the rake of the bars, and these palm adjusters have a screw on the end you can adjust as well for the handle grips. But yeah, let's get back outside. Aluminium frame, and those transfers don't come off, they're actually lacquered over, I think. You can put a water bottle on there. There's the monoshock. Well engineered, and it's all TIG welded. The rack can come off, 4 bolts and it comes off. Those disc brakes, which are super keen, side stand, and that's what the bottom bracket looks like. So I don't know why they're doing this now, but it tends to look like it's a mid-drive motor, but it's just where they're putting some of the components. If you want to charge the battery when it's in the bike, you undo that clip and it clips into there. And there's the key just to release the battery. It's not a case of switching the bike on, it's just to release the battery. And all the cables are hidden inside. And there's those BMX moped type forks. And there's not springs, as I say, there are air shock absorbers in them. And those BMX handlebars. So what's this type of bike going to be used for? Well, I think it's one of them all-round bikes. You could go camping on it. If you get 50 miles range, or anywhere near 50 miles range, you know, 20 or 30 miles is enough to do a camping trip on it. Get to the campsite, charge it up all night. And there's plenty of room on that back rack to get your panniers on and whatever kit you want to take. Use it for the shops. or use it to commute, or use it for all those things. It's not a specific bike for one job, I don't think, and that's the advantage of something like this. You know, you start buying a road bike, then you buy a mountain bike, then you buy a hybrid bike. Why not save some money and just buy one bike that does most of it? It's got plenty of range in the seat. I'm 6 foot tall and I've only got it to about there. I'll put the specs underneath down here on the video. That was the horn. The question I get asked more than ever is, Dave, which bike should I buy? I've got this budget. And that's almost an impossible question to answer. And as I was saying before, people tend to, if they really get into the bike, cycling, they tend to buy a number of different bikes. So they might have a road bike, a mountain bike, a downhill bike, a commuting bike, etc, etc. But I'd recommend, you know, think what you're going to use it for first of all. What's your budget? What you're going to use it for? What's the quality of the bike? The type of mileage you're going to be doing in one trip? And what functionality do you want out the bike? So something like this is a bit of a hybrid of everything. So you can do practically anything on this. You've seen me go across the tracks on this, up and down a few hills. You could pop to the shops on it. Around 50 miles range for cycling, so you could use it for camping. Rack on the back to put your stuff on, will fit panniers. It's got lights fitted already. It's totally UK legal, so you're not going to get in trouble with the police. And you know, Cyrusher make quality bikes. Most of the components on these you can buy separately off them if you break it in time to come. Comfy bike, quality parts, really nice to ride. But I'd say it's a multifunctional bike that you can use for lots of different things. Not a folding bike, so if you're looking to put it in your camper van or your motorhome, you're going to have to think about size of this. As I say, if you slacken the bars off and spin them round, it's got folding pedals on, which just gives you one thin area to store. But it is a heavy bike, so if you're trying to put it on a standard bike rack, that might be a problem. Even down to those palm guards on there, they're super comfy. You should just rest your hand on there. Takes the pressure off your fingers and grabbing the bars. I think this is probably made for comfort more than anything. So there you have it, the Ovia from Cyrusher. They do come in different colours, 3 different colours, but check out the website in the description below. I'll put all the links in. There may well be a discount code. As I say, I think this has just recently been upgraded, so it might be different to some of the ones you've seen before. I know for a fact this one has a battery, doesn't have a battery to run the light itself, it runs off its main battery. And there might be some other tweaks that they've done to this. But a super great bike, as you've seen out today, up and down the hills and on the tracks. So it's quite capable of being used to go to work or just travelling around, or just your general bike to get out and about. So I think I might head off to the pub now. That just leaves me to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.